in his first in-ring action here in the match.
Kirk and Vandy actually no strangers to one another, but just as quickly as he got in the ring, Kirk tags back Ryan Vega into action. Now Vandy fighting his way out of the corner, but Vega with a knee. But we're talking about Vega. Sometimes it takes a change of scenery or attitude to really allow someone to develop and blossom. And I hate to use the pun blossom when referring to a member of the White Rose, but that's exactly what he has done since he joined forces with Day and Hollis. Now Kirk with a very impressive suplex on the 6'4" Mark Vandy, who has now been in the ring pretty much the whole way, needs to make a tag to either Tank, Corey Cox, or Mr. Sports Entertainment.
Alexander S. Kirk with a rear chin lock on Mark Vandy. Kirk looks to have a bit of an old school strongman type vibe going on here. Tag made into Corey Cox, the J of Jay and Silent Bob of Empire Wrestling. That would be, I've called the Wild Stallions that, but it goes double, so for Live Wire Entertainment, side Russian leg sweep by Corey Cox. Going up to the second turnbuckle here. Corey Cox going for the elbow, but Matt Fortune out of the way and tagged back into Chip Day.
Just like that, Corey Cox seemed to have things going his way, but all of a sudden now in trouble at the hands of Chip Day. Now Chip from outside the ring, grabbing that arm and just wrenching it, raking it over the bottom rope. Quickly getting back in the ring before Cox can make the tag.
Back over the summer at the Empire Mega Event, Crazy from the Heat, that the White Rose defeated Livewire Entertainment and Chris Gans in a six-man matchup, but the Strong Style Psycho Tank appeared after the match to clean house of the entire White Rose. Corey Cox having some bad flashbacks to that matchup as of right now.
Clearly the feud between them is not over, and Tank just itching to get his hands on any member of the White Rose. Let's be honest, he wouldn't mind getting his hands on Alexander S. Kirk or Matt Fortune or possibly even Steve Dave. Tank just loves to fight.
Beautiful single arm DDT by Ryan Vega. Rolls it over into a pinning combination, but Corey Cox up. The White Rose had the audacity to follow Tank to his home and attack him in his front yard. Most men that did that wouldn't live to tell the tale. I think Tank has been quite merciful on them, but they're still going to have to pay the piper. Now the freaking star, Matt Fortune, putting the boots to Corey Cox. He's been a former Empire Junior Heavyweight Champion himself.
Now grabbing the arm of Cox, twisting it, and now into a hammerlock. Gonna pick him up from that position and take him down with a back suplex. Going for the cover. And it's two.
Interesting that there might be a bit of contention between Fortune and the members of the White Rose, because it was Ryan Vega who actually won the match that saw Fortune lose the Empire Junior Heavyweight Champion. It was a multi-man match. Vega actually beaten up from Tank previously, hid under the ring until the match was at its end. It was an open season invitational, so he came right in and stole the Junior Heavyweight title at the last second. So that's the kind of people you're dealing with here with the White Rose, and Mr. Sports Entertainment's getting tired of seeing his partner pummeled.
Yeah, well, I'd get tired of seeing my partner pummeled as well, but Corey Cox in a world of trouble, so interesting dynamic on that side, but so far they seem to be all getting along. But tell me this, how many tassels does Mr. Sports Entertainment have on his ring attire? Do you know?
At last count, I believe it was in the 2600 category, but that's just a pure speculation at this point.
That's a lot of flair that man is walking around with.
Several pieces of flair.
many pieces of flair. But now trying to get the crowd behind him as Live Wire Entertainment. Now Cox formerly teamed up as the Wild Stallions with Chris Gans. Gans was injured, and so now has found a new partner in Mr. Sports Entertainment, who for a long time was not a favorite of the fans here at Empire, but I guess he just won them over like that goofy cousin everybody has that, you know, you eventually just can't help but laugh at him and you love him.
Pretty much his antics just eventually won them over, no matter how ridiculous they would be. But Corey Cox finally able to get a bit of an opportunity to make a tag after that rolling forearm. Chip Day in La La Land himself. And the tag has been made. They were calling for Tank, but they got Mr. Sports Entertainment. He's not going to let him down. Big rump attack and a front attack.
He'll attack you from the back, he'll attack you from the front, and oh, big choke slam on Vega. Tassels are flying everywhere, but here comes Matt Fortune attacking Mr. Sports Entertainment from behind, and Vandy with that big boot.
Big axe kick, almost Bruiser Brody-like, and now Tank has finally been tagged in the ring, and Alexander S. Kirk may be wishing he stayed home. Tank dumps him across over the top rope onto the pile of humanity on the outside, and now, no way, Tank is going to go and do a dive on the outside.
This is something I don't think I've ever seen before. You got a 6-car pile up on the floor. Here comes Tank, gonna go! Oh, no, he's psyching him out, but wait a second, Mr. Sports Entertainment.
Tank attempted to assist there. Mr. Sports Entertainment, a little too much to get over, so he just did it on his own. But we knew Tank probably not going for the big dive. Another White Rose waiting right there. Tank took his sights off of his enemies, and it cost him double super kick. And Tank kicked out.
Kicked out at 2, but that is the signature move of the White Rose. They use it as a triple team maneuver. We've also seen Corey Hollis use it to win both of his matches so far in the tournament, but now it's a 1-on-2. Tank fighting off both members of the White Rose. Oh, beautiful knee.
Chip Day smiling with black tooth grin as Tank takes him out. And now Sports Entertainment and Tank with a double barrel roll.
Whoa, both men going head on into their opponent, and now choke breaker by Tank on Chip Day, gets the victory.
Has to be a measure of revenge there for Tank.
Guys still brawling out on the floor, but Tank getting the win for his team and a measure of personal revenge as he pins a member of the White Rose, but now wait, Steve Dave's in the ring. Uh-oh.
I have a feeling the hemorrhoid is about to get lanced.
Well, now Tank just hits Matt Fortune. Now Grant is going to go for a chokeslam. No, he just shoves him down. Now I think he's going to pick him up and go for a chokeslam. Up and down goes Steve Dave. It ain't pretty, but it's effective.
Steve Dave tried everything in his power to escape the clutches, and it's probably a good thing that he was wearing dark pants after that.
Finals coming up next, Scenic City Invatational.
Introducing first, weighing in at 201 pounds from the House of the Rising Sun, Jimmy Ray! Introducing next, weighing in at 192 pounds from Greenville, Alabama, Corey Hollis! Introducing next, ring guard near 400 pounds from the deepest, darkest jungle, Pogo Kong! And the final entrant, weighing in at 245 pounds from Greensboro, North Carolina, is the modern-day Viking, Dorian!
And it all comes down to this.
This is what we've been waiting for. This is the finals. 4 men in the ring, and this is Lucha rules, so there's going to be 2 combatants in the ring at any one time. You can tag in or out, or when one opponent leaves the ring, one of the competitors on the apron can come in and take their place. And it looks like Gunner and Corey Hollis are going to start things off in what is a very eclectic Final Four.
A very unique combination of athletes. It's certainly not your traditional matchup that we would see here. All men bring their own unique abilities and skill sets and personalities to this final here in the Scenic City Tournament. Big Shoulder tackle, down goes Corey Hollis. To try to match power with Gunner. He is going to be out of his league.
Hollis just tagged in Kong.
And with that look Congo Kong gave him, I'd hope he doesn't mistake Hollis for a shrunken head and try to wear him as a necklace.
Well, now we've seen Kong already against Tank and against Moose, and now we're going to see him against Gunner. But Congo Kong so far has been the monster killer of this tournament. And I have to address, I got a little emotional earlier when it came to Jimmy Ray, but you know, like I said, I've spent a lot of time with him on the road, and I'm not playing favorites, but it's hard not to become attached to someone that you spend so much time with. You know, I'm pulling for him as a person, as a human being, and just when you pull a sham like that, I just took it more personally than I should have. He certainly deserves to be here. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world today. All four of these guys have incredible resumes, and whoever wins this thing clearly will have earned it and clearly deserves it.
Congo Kong with a Beal out of the corner onto Gunner. And he's not a man that gets tossed around like that quite often.
No, he's making Gunner look like Corey Hollis size-wise. The difference between Kong and Gunner is about the same as the difference between Gunner and Hollis, and he's just throwing him around like a rag doll, though only gets a 1 count there.
Congo Kong measuring Gunner and tags in Jimmy Rave. He caught Jimmy napping there.
Yeah, Jimmy Rave with his back to the ring, and you don't want to do that, especially given the rules of this match. But just that quickly, Jimmy Rave rolls across the ring, takes Gunner across the ring, and tags in Hollis.
Rave's biggest offensive weapon has been his mind on both nights. And if he's shown, he set the precedent in that last match. If he's going to go to those links, what are these other guys going to do now? Look at the power of Gunner. Big power slam on Corey Hollis. Hollis kicks out, but barely.
Well, you know, this tournament features 16 incredible wrestlers, but we've seen a lot of chicanery, not just from Jimmy Rave, but also from Corey Hollis. Christian Haim attempted to use a chair in the first round, so really these guys are going to do whatever it takes. But right now, we've got Congo Kong against Corey Hollis. Corey Hollis, run for your life, kid! Look out!
Hollis between the legs of Congo Kong with his quickness, trying to avoid becoming Kong's next meal.
I don't know what Corey Hollis can do, and wicked headbutt from Kong has Corey Hollis in a world of hurt. Kong lifts him back up, whips him across.
And again, the body splash there, just right in the middle of the ring. Lateral press. Corey Hollis kicks out. I don't think they have anybody quite like Congo Kong in Greenbow, Alabama.
Corey Hollis absolutely in trouble now, though. Hugging Jimmy Rave. We mentioned earlier, Hollis, a former member of the Jimmy Rave approved stable, used him as a mentor, but now makes the tag, and just like that, Jimmy Rave now has to get in the ring with Congo Kong.
Jimmy Rave and Congo Kong, the first time this matchup has happened to my knowledge. A bit of a dream match if you're a fan of independent wrestling.
Talk about a clash of different methods and styles. Didn't want to use the term styles clash, you know, for obvious reasons, but he's trying to shake Congo Kong's hand.
Always the best way to reason with a cannibalistic savage is diplomacy, of course.
History has shown us that is the best way to deal with crazed lunatics. Kill them with kindness.
Congo Kong muscles Rave into the corner and throws that big ham hock of a forearm down across Rave's chest.
Rave looking for a tag, but nobody home. Both Gunner and Corey Hollis on the floor. We should mention that Brandon Bailey is calling the match in the ring, but also referee Tristan Michaels is on the floor to help enforce the rules of his four-way finals.
Kong with another Beal, this time on Jimmy Rave. He weighs even less than Gunner, so he went even further.
Again, Rave looking to get out of there, but no one home. And Zagiri by Rave at least stuns the big man. See if Rave can follow it up now, going for some forearms. Stunning Kong, but not really doing much damage. Now going to try and whip him across. Can't quite do it. That's 400 pounds.
And all 400 of it right there, squishing Jimmy Rave in the corner as he falls face first on the mat and exits the contest. Corey Hollis taking it on himself to become the legal man.
There you go. That's what you got to do, Corey. Get on him. Get him. That's right. Get him. Hit him. Back up. That didn't go too well. And
the scrappy-doo of the Scenic City Invatational, Corey Hollis jumping on the back of Congo Kong.
And, you know, we are kind of making fun of the size disadvantage, but let's not forget Corey Hollis, a finalist in the Super 8 tournament this year, one of the most prestigious tournaments of this type in the world, beat BJ Hancock in the first round, and BJ is not a small man at all, so he has good experience against big men, but nothing like a man the size of Congo Kong.
Not at all. And Kong, again with the power on display. A body slam with extra oomph. Just tossing him across the ring.
Toss him all the way across the ring. We talked about Gunner having won a tournament, the TNA Classic. Congo Kong has actually won 2 tournaments. We mentioned the Heroes and Legends tournament. He also won an X8 tournament, defeating Davey Richards in the finals. So he's got victories over a lot of very well-known, nationally known wrestlers. But now Gunner and Corey Hollis getting it on in the ring, slowing things down a bit.
These two have been very familiar with each other. Haven't had a host of singles matches, but they've shared many locker rooms and are on diametric opposite sides when it comes to their philosophy in terms of professional wrestling. Corey Hollis has a lot to prove. He's got a big chip on his shoulder in this matchup. He is the smallest man, and if he walks away the victor here tonight, he's going to be shutting a lot of mouths, ours included.
And good for him if he does, although the way Gunner's tossing him around, I don't know if that's going to happen. But really, all 4 men in this match have something to prove. Corey Hollis, because of the size, is often overlooked. Gunner, like you said, everyone sort of labeled him as a can't-miss prospect, and while he's had his successes, a lot of people feel he's fallen short of what he's truly capable of. Jimmy Rave trying to complete the comeback of all comebacks, and Congo Kong, a 17-year veteran of the sport, has really only for the last few years been making a name for himself. So all 4 of these guys, whoever wins, is really going to prove that themselves. And all 4 men, just by getting to the finals of this tournament, have proven they belong. But now one of them is going to make a statement and make the next step. And Gunner now taking down Jimmy Rave, flipping over on top of him, and see Jimmy Rave trying to grab the foot of Gunner.
Jimmy Rave, best not underestimate Gunner. He's much more than a meathead, as we talked about earlier. He just went hold for hold with Jimmy Rave, one of the finest wrestling technicians on the planet. But now Rave does have the upper hand. They're grapevining the leg.
Yeah, you know, Gunner in the first round beat Christian Hayne, a guy who probably has the most endurance of anyone in the tournament, and then beat Ace Rockwell, who's the sentimental favorite in this tournament, being the hometown boy and also being trained by Greg Hollander. So Gunner has really beaten some impressive guys to get to the finals, whereas Jimmy Rave beat Anthony Henry in a heck of a first-round match, and then did what he did to Gunnar Miller. But now look out, we've got Congo Kong and Gunnar, the battle of the big men, and not much of a battle so far, as Kong clearly has the advantage over Gunnar every time they've squared off together.
If I had to pick a victor right off the bat here, I'd have to say it's hard-pressed to argue that Kong would be the favorite. Of course, we are looking at 4 elite competitors, the very best of the very best, and that's why they're here at the Scenic City Invatational. And this is a night, 2 nights actually, that are to represent Southern wrestling and put us on the map. And I think these guys have done just that, and right now we're here in the thick of the finals.
You've got TNA star Gunner, Ring of Honor star Moose, Ring of Honor star Caprice Coleman, former Ring of Honor and TNA star Jimmy Rave, and then aside from that, you have 12 of the best wrestlers in the Southeast, not just from around here in Chattanooga, but from Georgia, North Carolina, even stretching out as far as Indiana, and the deepest, darkest jungle, which I think is in the South somewhere. Isn't it Jerry Lawler's backyard? Wasn't that where Kamala came from?
I think so, yeah. So the deepest, darkest jungle is around there somewhere. But Jimmy Rave firing forearm shots, trying to make Congo Kong homesick, but no luck. Off the ropes he goes. Big back body drop.
Another thing that might make Kong the favorite of the 4 men in the finals, he actually has the least the shortest amount of ring time to get there at under 20 minutes. Whereas compare that to Jimmy Rave, who's been in the ring over 33 minutes going into the match. And now Kong just manhandling Corey Hollis.
Hollis whipped off the ropes again by Kong. Smart move by Hollis. He saw it coming.
Whoa, drop kick takes Kong up and over the top rope to the floor. Hollis a little stunned himself, but that just shows you the power he has in that compact body. Now going to work on Gunner, just forearm attack to the back, but Gunner able to power Hollis into the turnbuckle.
When Kong exited the ring, Gunner took the opportunity to become the legal man. And he certainly got the size advantage over Hollis, and certainly going to try to put that to use here. Hooks him going for the fisherman suplex and a bridge, and Hollis kicks out.
Fisherman suplex into a bridge, commonly referred to as the Perfect Plex, named after Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, one of the all-time greats. But Gunner unable to get the win with it, and now just, I think he's trying to just squeeze the head of Corey Hollis until it pops.
Gunner is a man of great respect. He's a man of great fortitude, but he's a man with a lot of class. And he's not normally going to take a shortcut, but it seems the rules have been thrown out the window here in terms of what it takes to get this done. So he is playing and fighting fire with fire.
Why wouldn't you? After seeing what Corey Hollis and Jimmy Rave did to get to the finals, turnabout is fair play, but right now, Jimmy Rave attacking the left leg of Gunner.
Jimmy Rave knows the way to neutralize some of that power of Gunner is to take out one of those legs, one of the things that keeps him at a vertical base, because on the mat, he's certainly a lot easier to beat than he is standing tall, being the modern-day Viking that he is.
You would have to think Jimmy Rave has the advantage once it goes to the mat. Gunner's no slouch, don't get me wrong, but certainly when it comes to, wrestling, catch can wrestling on the mat, Jimmy Rave would seem to have his advantage there, so that's where he wants to take Gunner. Now, with his foot, he tags Corey Hollis. We mentioned earlier, Corey Hollis, a former member of Jimmy Rave, approved it. It looks a little bit to me like these guys are sort of implementing a little bit of teamwork here in the early stages of this match.
Interesting to note, the foot tag actually illegal in Empire Wrestling, but legal for the purpose of this tournament, being a four-way elimination style match.
Now Corey Hollis just punching the knee of Gunner. What Jimmy Rave started, Corey Hollis is continuing. But yeah, we are at the home base of Empire Wrestling, but this tournament is under the confines of the Scenic Invatational and tournament organizer Scott Hensley. But we do want to thank the owners of Empire, Drew and Susan Molinax, for allowing us to use their venue and bring something special to the Empire Wrestling fans and also the great fans of the Southeast. Matter of fact, I know a guy who traveled by bus almost 6 hours each way to witness this tournament. We had fans coming from all over the Southeast, Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, to see this unique and now, as was announced earlier tonight, annual event. This is the first Scenic City, but it's not going to be the last.
Jimmy Rave locks in the figure 4 leg lock. Really applying pressure to those ligaments, and now using Corey Hollis on the outside for an assist there.
You've got two guys that have made it clear they're going to do whatever it takes to advance in this thing. And so far, the two smallest men in the ring are using what you referred to as their biggest offensive weapon, their minds.
And it's been very successful here. Jimmy Rave knows a guy with legs like Greek Colosseum pillars, like Gunner, you've got to take every advantage you can, because you're going to end up like that if you don't. Gunner reverses the figure 4, and now those extremely powerful legs are crushing Jimmy Rave, but Corey Hollis right there to break it up.
Yeah, Corey Hollis just came in. Again, like I said, these two are clearly working together, and we're now 15 minutes into this match. All 4 men still in it. This is a lucha rule, so it's elimination style, and only 2 men in the ring at any one time. And now Hollis continuing the attack on that left leg of Gunner. Gunner going for the tag on Kong. Can't quite make it. Hollis goes for cover, only gets a 2.
Hollis with some unique offense. They're actually DDTing Gunner's legs. And now going back to the half Boston Crab.
Half crab here. You see the expression on Gunner's face, in a lot of pain and pretty far from the ropes. He's gonna and Hollis trying to pull him back to the center. Gunner with a handful of hair, I think.
Gunner measures Hollis and socks him right in the jaw. And that's enough to break the hold, and a big elbow. Hollis goes down and out of the ring, and now it looks like there is a bit of teamwork or collusion possibly going on.
Oh yeah, Hollis realized he was in trouble, and instead of having to worry about making the tag, he just rolled out of the ring, and under the rules of this match, that enabled Jimmy Rave to come in and take over.
On an environment as cutthroat as this, I have to question whether or not that alliance will be short-lived, or will be one that maybe reunites the Jimmy Rave approved faction. Who knows?
Yeah, but then what happens? So let's say they team up and somehow are able to eliminate both Gunner and Congo Kong. Then what are they going to do? What, was one of them going to lay down for the other? Of course not. So really, they're just trying to make it easier for themselves, but it's still every man for himself.
Absolutely. Gunner fired back with a forearm shot, and another. Jimmy Rave quick to stop that momentum with a jawbreaker. Tag back into Corey Hollis. Actually some double teaming for the first time in this matchup, but Gunner senses the danger and gets out of the way.
Yeah, but now Hollis and Rave seem to forget the rules of the match, that when Gunner goes to the floor, that enables another man to come to the ring, and Congo Kong behind them, waiting for him to turn around.
Double clothesline by Congo Kong. Down goes Hollis, down goes Rave. Down goes Hollis again. Going after Rave in the corner, shoots him into the far corner, follows, big splash. Here comes Corey Hollis. Kong out of the way, and make it a double splash.
Make mine a double, he says. Now both men down in the corner. Kong, what's he gonna do? Well now, and listen to this, the fans clearly behind Congo Kong. Barrel roll on both men. Just squash them like bugs. Hollis rolls away. Jimmy Rave just stunned in the corner. Out. Kong going for the cover. One. Just a 2 count. Rave able to kick out of that. Hollis now. Oh!
Sit out body slam by Congo Kong. Innovative maneuver there. As Corey Hollis previously was a member of the most painful sandwich in wrestling history, I do believe. And now Gunner standing face to face with Kong at this important level of the matchup.
Yeah, Gunner though a little weak on that left leg. Trading forearm blows. Look at the size difference. Gunner is a big man. He's like 6 foot tall at least, and he's almost dwarfed by Congo Kong, who clocks in at 6'6".
Gunner rapid fire forearms, peppering Kong, but again that vicious lariat. The same one that took Tank out and set him up for the big splash off the top. May have done the same for Gunner, but no, Jimmy Rave is in the ring. Gunner rolls out. Rave is now the legal man with Kong.
Yeah, Rave trying to take him down with a chop, didn't do much damage. Kong charges though, and through the second rope, tossed out. Here comes Corey Hollis in the ring, attacks Jimmy Rave from behind. A very short-lived alliance between Corey Hollis and Jimmy Rave now, as Hollis trying to take advantage of things and charges in, but Jimmy flips him up over the top rope to the floor. Gunner in the ring now. Jimmy Rave quickly lifts him, puts him up on the top turnbuckle, chops him. Looks like he's gonna go for a superplex. Look, wait a second, but Congo Kong climbing up to the top rope too. What's gonna happen here? Jimmy Rave now has Gunner superplex, and wait a second, Congo Kong off the top on Jimmy Rave!
The same splash that quickly eliminated Moose and Tank, but Jimmy Rave able to get out of the ring, and that was the only thing that saved him. Corey Hollis now the legal man.
20 minutes into this match, and a choke slam coming on Hollis by Congo Kong. Jimmy Rave out on the floor. Gunner still down after that superplex, and now Kong going up top. We've seen him with a splash off the top. We've seen him do a Hurricane Rana off the top. No, he's not. No.
Congo Kong sold, but Hollis out of the way. 400-pound man misses a moonsault, and Gunner's right there to capitalize. Big knee to the face, hook the legs. We have our first elimination.
Whoa, Congo Kong missed the moonsault, and it led to him getting eliminated as Gunner hits that knee and takes out Congo Kong. 1 down, 3 left. Will it be Gunner? Will it be Corey Hollis? Will it be Jimmy Rave? I think Jimmy Rave is still out on the floor from the effects of that splash, and now Hollis going right to the leg of Gunner.
Hollis quick on the attack. I would be remiss if I did not mention how impressed I think everyone here was with Congo Kong. Just an amazing performance over 2 nights. What a beast. But now he is the first man eliminated. So we're down to 3 with a big European uppercut by Corey Hollis. And he is laying it to Gunner, but Gunner giving it right back to him.
Gunner fighting back, but drop kick to that leg of Corey Hollis, signaling to Jimmy Rave to get him. And now Hollis rolls out of the ring. Jimmy comes in.
Gunner fires back with a shot to the midsection, stopping Jimmy Rave in his tracks. And now Gunner may have to contend. Gunner goes for the leapfrog there, but the knee gave out. The knee gave out in the middle of it, and he collapses in a heap on the mat.
Yeah, it looks like landed awkwardly after jumping awkwardly, and Jimmy Rave now needs to capitalize on that. Goes for a cover. Gunner kicks out at 2. And now Gunner in trouble. I think Jimmy Rave's still in trouble. I think the guy who's still got the most left in the tank is the one that's out on the floor, and that's Corey Hollis.
Dragon screw leg whip by Jimmy Rave. Onto that injured knee, turns it back over into a half Boston, and sits down. But notice the size of the legs of Gunner. Jimmy Rave having a lot of trouble getting the torque on it, getting it really wrenched in.
Yeah, he also needs to really try and pull up on it to also extend the lower back of Gunner. Now Gunner trying to fight his way over to the ropes. Jimmy Rave trying to grab both legs, but Gunner able to make the ropes, and that's going to force a break as Brandon Bailey right on top.